Hi, everyone. This is Jacqui Cooper with JCooperTravels Talk Show, and I want to welcome everyone here to our show today. I am very excited to have a woman here who has started a business, is helping others, and is an inspiration to all. And I will be sharing more about her story in a quick second. For those that are not familiar with JCooperTravels, I just want to share a little bit about how the talk show started last year during COVID. I started the talk show because of the fact that I'm involved in the travel space. But as everyone knows, COVID sort of put a pause on travel. So I decided that because I was meeting so many wonderful people on LinkedIn, social media, Alignable, and a lot of other places, their stories needed to be shared and told because others needed to know what they were doing. And many of the stories, just like that of Jacqueline's today, is very inspirational, and it helps guides us as we kind of move forward in our life. So J Cooper Travels is now all about how do we journey in our life? How do we help others, both professionally, personally, career-wise, spiritually, health-wise, everything. So all the conversations that we're having today, as well as on future episodes, relate to that. So definitely like and subscribe so you can hear more about what we're doing to kind of connect both locally here in the United States, as well as globally around the world, because we are all so interconnected, as we're shown with this pandemic. Everyone impacts someone else. So it's all, a great way to connect and to support, the whole world. With that, I want to introduce my guest today, Jacqueline Jeter, and I am so excited to have you today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I would like you to share with our listeners the name of your business and how they can contact you. For those that are listening and who might not be familiar with how a talk show works, there is a block below that from the audio as well as the visual. So if you don't have paper and pen and you want to connect back with Jacqueline and connect with her with what she's doing, definitely you can. The links will be there. But for those that do have paper and pen who are listening, you can jot down, and that way you can connect with her. So I'm going to let you introduce your business and the contact information, and thank you so much.
Okay. Well, the business is titled Women's Champion and Entrepreneurs. And this circle that we have began is all about women. And we know that during, as you stated, 2020, the world changed, and about 2.4 million women left the workforce. So by them leaving the workforce, now they are home and either trying to reinvent their brand. So for us as women, we struggle, and we all are in a circle. And so our stories can help each other grow and empower and encourage by being in that circle. So what we did was move forward and to see how we could help other women to come together in this circle to join our movement. The movement is to empower each other and support each other, no matter what business that we are in. And if we look at women, all women are champions. Because when you look at the definition of a champion, it says that we know an athlete. Most people think of athlete. But when we look at women, how we are challenged, how we take risks, how we may fail, but we get up and we keep moving. So being a champion, even though you may not be an entrepreneur, but you may want to be an entrepreneur and just don't know how to do that. So with Women's Champions and Entrepreneurs, we put it on a Facebook Live and platform because we were in a social distance. Being social distance, you can't really be together. So what better way to come together is by being on Facebook Live or a Zoom platform as we are on today. So I think that encouraged women to join our movement in this circle. And if you want to come and join us, we are at www.womenschampions, then it's a dash, entrepreneurs.org.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I agree with you. Women have so many roles in their life, from being individuals to being role models within their families, whether it's to children or other family members. And because we play so many different roles, we're definitely champions, and like you said, some women might not know how to take the first step to be an entrepreneur, but that's where the support group can help, because it's scary to step out of your comfort zone and to do it, and to know that even if you are not successful the first time, you might be the second time.
Right, exactly. So like
So
when we come on this circle, that's what I love about the circle, because it's all types of women, all ages of women. And so by setting an example for our younger women or younger girls or younger teenagers, we're setting that example to show them that you can do this too. It may not come easy, but don't give up, and we're here to help you.
So I know we're going to talk more about the women champions, but I want to know a little bit more about your story. What inspired you to take this step and to really feel inspired to reach out and help others?
Well, what really made me want to take this step is because when I look back in my own life and the travels and the things that I have gone through myself, it was not easy. I didn't have a solution to my own problem. So I didn't have a strong person or a strong woman, because the women in my life, they, as we could say, old school. They work in the house, they take care of a husband, they take care of the children, and that is as far as it goes. I didn't want my life to just be that way. So I had to struggle to get where I am, to create me, to create who I wanted to be. Even though I had a great mom, had a great grandma, but they were limited to what they could do. I don't want to be limited. I want to have a high platform, which I do. And so just looking back at my story and looking at back the struggles that I had to do, I see other women like me. They don't know where to go. They don't have anyone to talk to, or if they talk to someone, people, they try to change your plan because they think, oh, well, you shouldn't be doing this. You could just go get a 9 to 5 and that's it. But if you have a higher goal for yourself, then you will go farther than just the norm. And so I'm just not the norm. So that's why I want to help other women and get their stories out there so that they can encourage and show other women and younger women that there is a place for me and there I can be successful at what I want to do.
So what are some particular discoveries that you've made from the panelists that you've interviewed and the stories that you've heard?
Oh, we have had some great, fantastic panelists. We have had all the panelists themselves. They are motivated by what they love. They love to do what they do. If you love something, then you will have success in it, no matter what. You may struggle with it until you get to the point in your life where you're saying, okay, I made it here. Well, these women, I have seen these women struggle through, and their backgrounds similar to mine, but then some had backgrounds where we got a couple of hairstylists, we got body sculpt, they all were motivated and still motivated to do their own business, to become their own entrepreneur. And also what I appreciated when we have an interview, we always have a last question that we like to ask about education and how they feel about education. And we had one panelist, she was saying, well, you don't really have to go to school to be educated, which is true, because you can look around your surroundings and another female can educate you in certain things that you may not get in the school. In a book sense, yes, but in a real sense of business, someone may highlight something that you didn't think about or you just didn't know how to do, and you learn from that. So I can appreciate that all the panelists that we have had, they have showed how much they enjoy doing what they do and how successful they will be.
I totally agree with you on that. I know that, if we look at our life as being part of lifelong learning, and every time that we, discover a new area that we want to explore, we can, there's so many resources out there, so many people we can tap into who can help us learn about the area and who are open to being mentors, to support as we learn, and especially if we want to try to do a business in that area as well. I totally agree with you. And that's why I think what you're doing is so phenomenal, because it's creating a community of mentors, for those that want to step out and reach out. So I know that, I've heard one of the things that you've said is that you're a C-level executive for a popular hotel brand. What does that mean? Exactly. And then how do you balance your brand with your company's brand?
Well, I work for a hotel that's branded all over the world. And it's a little different for me in working my brand, but I try to be respectful to my company and what they want me to do. I have to take my, I want to be gung ho on my brand. I want to do what I do every day, but the reality is not right now. It's a time and place for everything. So what I do is when I come home, I work on my brand. Mm-hmm. When I'm there at the hotel, wherever I am, because I travel, I'm focused on what they want. Exactly. And how they want it. So when I come home, but I learn from the things that I do for them because it will benefit me with my brand.
That's right.
So I have learned a lot in these 3 years working on a $1 billion brand. So to help me to stay focused, I have a partner. He helps me with my marketing. He helps me with social media. He helps me in all those things that I'm doing for somebody else. So that kind of keeps me grounded in a separation, I should say, between my owner's brand and my brand.
So why don't you mention again how, because I want to mention it a few times during our conversation, how individuals can reach out to you to become part of the Women's Champion Entrepreneur Group on Facebook, and what you're doing.
Okay, so what they could do is they could subscribe, and the link is www.womenschampion-entrepreneurs.org. One thing I want to highlight, when you go on the link, it asks you for your name, your number, and your email. But a lot of times people don't hit subscribe. You have to subscribe to get into the link and to get the information that is beneficial when you go on the link.
Yes,
but exactly. A lot of people, they don't subscribe. So we want to highlight, please subscribe.
Good point to remember. So as now, I know that you do so many different things that they're all connected, but as the owner of Unforgettable Events by Jacqueline, tell me more about what that is and how that ties in with also what you're doing with the Women's Champion Entrepreneur Group.
Well, Unforgettable Events by Jacqueline, I am a coordinator of all types of events. And so I reach out to a whole lot of women. We reach out. We got brides, we have retirees, we have birthday parties. It's just social events, corporate events, and reaching out to those events. The majority of the time, I'll say 8 out of 10, you're dealing with a woman. You're not dealing with a man. You're dealing, because this is what women do. They want it beautiful, they want it nice, they want it now, they know what they want. So even with this Women's Champion Entrepreneurs, by reaching out and being a coordinator, I can coordinate the same thing over here with the Women's Champion Entrepreneurs as I do with my own events. And so everyone that, we touch, and that's why I like to say everybody touches everybody's life. So the lives that we touch, we continue touching, because when they tell somebody, that's encouraging and that's empowering, because now you got more women that are reaching out to you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what made you decide to create a business that deals with unforgettable events? What motivated you to do that?
Well, the motivation was I just recently changed my name. My name was originally Tailor-Made Occasions. And I said, because, I tailor your occasion to fit your need. Well, unforgettable, when the pandemic arrived at 2020, it changed the world. So now how can we help people to still see their loved ones, still have a party, and not even be at the party? So virtual. So it came up, well, I need to create a vision of events, and we can go on a virtual platform. So by being virtual, this is an event that you will never forget. And, unforgettable events is unforgettable memories. See, we may get older, our pictures may fade, but our memories is what we have. So if you have an unforgettable occasion that you're just talking about, you're not going to ever forget that. And that's the vision I like for my friends, family, and clients to have.
I love that. I love that. I know you told me when we were talking offline that there's a really important question you always have to ask your clients. What is your budget the most important question?
That's the most important question, because if you think about it, you plan for an event and you want everything to go well in the event. But if you don't have enough funds to fund your event, then it's not going to be as fantastic as you would like.
Yes.
And not only that, I'm building a relationship with you because I am your visionary. I am giving you your vision, but I can't give you your vision if you don't have enough funds in your budget. So that's why it's very important, because I don't like to draw it out and we're talking all this talk and then we get to the end and you say that's too much. So let's just get to the point and say that first, that's handled and we can move forward. But we can't move forward if you don't know or don't have an idea of what your budget should be.
Planning an event like that, knowing your budget, is similar to planning a business. You have to know what your end result is going to be and how you're going to get there. So there's a lot of overlap and similarities. And I can totally respect how that is one of the most important questions, to ask.
Yes.
So are you, within the Women's Champion Entrepreneur Group, are you planning any events coming up that you want individuals to know about to participate in?
Yes, I'm trying to plan a gala.
Awesome.
And I want to center it around the 30s, because I think the 30s was awesome. And so when we reach out to our family, because that's what I'm calling the women in the champions, we are family. We are all family. So when I planned that event, which it was going to try to take place in August, but now that everybody is coming out, like the pandemic is over, they're taking over all the venues. So I think it will be better for me to wait in the fall of the year. And I know that we will get a great venue in the fall of the year to plan this gala.
I look forward to hearing more about that. Why don't you go ahead and share again how people can reach out to you, both for the Women's Champion Entrepreneur Group, as well as for the unforgettable events. That way they can reach out to you for both of those areas.
Okay. Well, let's start with the Women's Champion Entrepreneur. The link is www.womenschampions-entrepreneurs.org. And you can also reach out at Unforgettable Events by Jacqueline, is J at Unforgettable Events by Jacqueline.com.
That's awesome. So everyone, you know, one of the things that I'm really supportive of is women who are making a difference and making a change and supporting each other. And that's why I wanted to have Jacqueline on to share with you. So that way, all those that are on my LinkedIn as well as other social media can reach out and to support and connect and network, because I think that that is exactly how we help each other, is through the networking and asking the questions, because again, someone might know something that someone else doesn't know, and it's all about, you know, sharing that information and supporting each other. So definitely reach out to Jacqueline, and if you have any questions, you know, for me, whether it's on travel or any of the other areas that I'm working on, definitely reach out to me as well at JCooperTravels@gmail.com. All those contacts will be in the block below, so you can reach out. Definitely like and subscribe, because I know as Jacqueline does more events and different businesses, she's going to be on to share various things that happen as the year goes on. So definitely, we often have multiple episodes. So definitely like and subscribe. Any last minute thoughts, Jacqueline, before we wrap up for the day?
Well, I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you having me as a guest, and I look very forward very soon to having you as one of our guests on the Women's Champions and Entrepreneurs as well.
And I appreciate that. I know that I have been mentored by so many people over the course of my own personal life, and I've involved with so many different passion projects, but I could not be involved with them without having the mentors in my life to guide me, because there's so many things that I've gotten into that I would never have thought that I would have stepped out into. So I'm having so much fun in my life, and I like to kind of pass that forward, share it forward, because again, if we can bring joy to others and have everyone kind of enjoy this journey, that to me is phenomenal. So again, everyone, you know, have a great day, pass on your happiness, and I'll talk to everyone soon. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.